sales is something you do for somebody, not to somebody. And
Ooh,
I
yeah,
think
really
part
likes
of
the
the
verb
growth,
being sold to, right?
right? Well, I think part of the growth mindset is having the mindset of helping people, right? And
Welcome to The Growth Mindset, the podcast for ambitious real estate and mortgage professionals. Hosted by Adam Crosley and Rick Riddle, this show dives into entrepreneurial strategies, sales techniques, and mindset hacks designed to fuel your career growth. Get ready to learn from top producers, gain actionable insights, and start your journey towards success. Here's your hosts, Adam and Rick.
So welcome back to another episode of the Growth Mindset podcast, where we dissect what it takes to have the right mindset to continue to grow. So
episode number 4, we're plugging away, right?
That's what it's all about. Right?
We're growing. I refuse to shave. I'm not shaving until we grow.
You're not shaving until we grow. Perfect. We going for Gandalf or what?
That's the right mindset. It'll be like all the way down the end. Hopefully we grow.
I love it.
So welcome everybody. We this is week 4, and where do you want to begin, Adam?
Well, I think, where do we begin? I think today we should explore the different ways that you can help others. Because I think really, if you're going to have a growth mindset, I believe it was Zig Ziglar said, right? If you help enough people get what they want, you'll get what you want and beyond your wildest dreams. Right? So
yeah.
You and I are both salespeople, right? And I think that as salespeople, we need to have a lot of different offerings for others. I think it's a great way that, whomever your prospect is, that you have a lot of different ways to be able to serve that customer. Because one, it makes you a better consultant to help them in whatever it is that they're looking for. But two, I believe I believe you bring a lot more to the table, right? I mean, if you have different, avenues and different things that you can bring to the people, because people have different wants and they have different flavors, and you may have two exact same people, but their motivations are different. And because their motivations are different, the things that they're going to want from you or need from you may change. And as that person, as that customer goes through the process, those needs may change. So I think it's super important to have lots of options. So I really think today we should talk and really unpack different ways that, or different offerings that we can bring to a prospect. And maybe not specifically what those are, but what the importance of having those are. Well,
I think the first thing, and I'm a big fan of Zig Ziglar, as you know, and he says sales is something you do for somebody, not to somebody.
Ooh,
and I think
really
part of the
verb
growth
being sold to, right?
Right. Well, I think part of the growth mindset is having the mindset of helping people, right? And that hopefully, if you're listening to this podcast, you have the right mindset. Is that you're looking to grow? Obviously, there's a financial benefit, and there's a benefit for you to grow, right? To increase more in your funnel. But if you really believe you are the best at what you do, or really good at what you do, or you really know how to help others, or you have all these different avenues of helping, then part of the growth mindset is believing the more people I can tell my story to, hopefully the more people I can help.
Absolutely.
And I think that's where we've talked in growing our businesses, right? I do more in a business development role. You do business development coaching as well as growing your own business. You just know the more people in the sales funnel that get to hear your story, doesn't mean you're going to convince them. It just means they're going to hear your story, and hopefully they will want to do business with you, right? And that's why I think like we're not going door to door. Zig Ziglar used to be a vacuum salesman, if I remember correctly, right? He would go door to door and show why his vacuum was better. In the mortgage industry, you just got to show you've got to be there as someone when they're ready to buy, because everybody loves real estate, everybody loves money, right? And rates go up, rates go down, right? There's that need for money. Equity goes up. There's all these different options. We just got to be available for people. And I think of letting more people know you exist. And, if the more they let you know exist, and I'm going to give you I've talked about this before, is and I stole it from Carl White, so I want to kind of give credit. I don't know if it came from his mind or he read it somewhere, but he gives an analogy called the cereal box analogy. Are you familiar with the cereal box?
Unpack that.
So basically, you've been to a grocery store. Hopefully everyone's been to a grocery store, whether you eat cereal or not, don't eat cereal. You see a big row of cereal box, right? The whole aisle, right?
Yeah.
Hundreds of boxes of cereal. At the end of the day, they're all the same. It's wheat and sugar, right? Different flavoring, different shapes, different size. Marshmallows are triangle versus,
it really is just wheat and sugar. I mean, maybe raisins
it's just
or
wheat and sugar.
it's a couple extra.
Right.
Okay.
Right. Some type of sweetener, right? But there's, I may like Cocoa Puffs. You make like Count Chocula, right? Someone else might like Golden Grams. I like Cinnamon Toast Crunch, right?
Yeah.
So there's all these boxes of cereal. But here's what's crazy about all those boxes of cereal. There's only 3 companies that make cereal. Kellogg's, Post, and General Mills. When I say only, 99% of the cereal world is based from those 3 companies, right?
Yeah.
So I think about that in our business and growth mindset. We, as loan officers or salespeople in general, need to know what our why and what we do and what our niches are, right? But it's not in the same, it might be marketing, it might be product, it might be technology, right? There's all these different boxes of cereal, if you will. And then you just got to put them on the shelf and let everyone know they exist, right?
Yeah.
And let, if you're targeting real estate professionals to partner with, what box of cereal realtor A may pick.
Makes sense. That's my main avatar, right? Is how many agents can I help grow to get them to the next level? And I do that by having, niche products like, DSCR, and we live super close to Canada. So having foreign national products and I can get my foot in the door to a lot of offices, and I have gotten my foot in the door to a lot of offices that have turned into great relationships because I was able to lead in with kind of this super unique, super niche thing that nobody else had.
But
and then it was like, okay, here's how we do it. Here's what our process is. Yeah.
But it probably goes farther than just products as boxes of cereal. Maybe it's marketing.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, at the end of the day, I really want to show people what the inside of Team Crosley looks like, when they're using us, because I believe our experience is way better than most of the time that you get a loan with most mortgage places. Because
of local knowledge, right?
Well, local knowledge, but every Tuesday you're going to get an email from my processor. This is exactly where we are. You're going to get a phone call from me. It's all about speed, and it's all about fast, and it's all about consistency. I'm a huge believer that no news is bad news. And especially when you're buying a house, right? And so like we make our sausage a little differently than I'm sure other places do, and I think every company does, and I think that's really the using your analogy, the our accent on how we do put together our wheat and sugar, right? But we box it up and we may package it with these different niche things so that we can get people in the door, so that we can make those connections. But really, I'm just trying to show them how this is the sweet thing that we do, right?
And I think, it's, you've got to know what you're good at, right? Yeah. What cereals, boxes that you want to put on the shelf. But everybody basically says, every loan officer, every salesperson in the mortgage world says, I got the best rates, I have the best products, I have the best service. Give me a shot. But what else? Right? What else makes you different? Right? And I think that's the question that we got to answer. And it's personal touch. Maybe it's going to closings. Maybe it's local knowledge. Maybe you have I always look at what's in it for them. how do I make their business, we'll say the realtor in this scenario, how do I make them more money? If I can help them get what they want, this is Zig Ziglar, right? If I can help get what they want in return, I'll know I'll get what I want, right? So I think that we've got to come up with different boxes of cereal to help them get what they want. It could be marketing, it could be co-branded marketing. It could be network, joining a network group. Maybe it's, connecting, builders or financial planners or accountants, basically connecting dots, right, to help sell more real estate. One program we have at Crown, right, is and there's no magic loan program, but we have the royalty program. We waive bank fees for, firefighters, police, law enforcement. Law enforcement is police, educators, military, medical personnel, emergency medical services, right? It's our way of giving back to the community. But what it really is to connect the dots between, the people in your community with real estate, right? And we're just a conduit in between. So I think that's a box of cereal. So some realtors say, man, I want to, can you help me market that program in my community? There's that box. Someone might be, hey, can you help me with investment properties? Boom. Hey, can you help me with divorce attorneys? Boom. Right. So so the growth mindset is figuring out how to connect the dots with people that sell real estate and people that want to buy real estate. Right. And I think and there's millions of different ways to go after that. And that's why I think those different boxes of cereal come. But I think you have to, have a real systematic approach on how, what are my 20 boxes of cereal? Right. And it's an exercise we did at our company. It's like, what are the, 28 things, and it's actually, we just picked a random number, right? What are the 28 different things? You know why 28? Because 28 is better than 27. 30 sounds really daunting, but once you get to 28, it's really easy to get to 29, 30, 31. But what makes you different specifically, right? And that's your value add. Those are your boxes of cereal. So, I think that if you can kind of,
so if you can go in and identify
write down what
your value adds are for your individual business, so that you can figure out what you can do to help your best prospect get what's in it for them the most. That way, when they raise that hand, you've got, this is on my grandpa, right? The arrow in your quiver, you just know, and you just grab that arrow and kaboom, it's done, right? You got the right arrow for the job, and you can hammer it home. I love that.
I always take if you break down your unique selling proposition or your box of cereal, if I could, bang, right? That's the benefit. But I'll use the royalty program. If I could blank, and that blank is show you how you can help more people in your community by, our royalty program geared towards firefighters, law enforcement, emergency medical, educators, right? So that you can, that's the benefit to them, right? So that you can sell more real estate or help the community more. Could we spend 20 minutes and talk about how? Right? Yeah. So it's, if I could, your benefit, so that the benefit to them, or I guess your feature, their benefit, can I get 20 minutes of your time to show you how? That's the closing question, right? So I think that your boxes of cereals should have your feature, so that the benefit to them, and then the closing question to build a relationship.
Love that, man.
I got a lot of things stirred in my head. It's a Monday. Well, the Monday today, I don't know when this is actually going to be chopped up and showed up, but Mondays are my favorite. Get out of the weekend, right, and you're just ready to end the first day.
But
what's that?
I think that's a great spot. Coming up with what's in it for them and all the different things that you can package it for others. I love that.
Yeah. So
it's all about how we can show up in at a higher level.
Like I'll give you one real quick for you. Give me something that makes you unique in your marketplace, whatever it is.
Our communication.
If I could show you how our high level of communication can help you so that you can be more in control of your sales process as a real estate agent, gain more referrals, and have better communication with your clients. Could I spend 20 minutes with you and show you how?
Ooh.
Drop the mic.
Look at that.
I don't have a mic.
Yeah.
If I could hit the mute button on my phone, on my computer. It could be anything, right? So, maybe I know you do a lot of programs for mobile homes, right?
Yep.
Right. If I could show you a unique financing solution geared towards mobile home parks so that you could be a more complete realtor and sell more real estate, could I get 20 minutes to show you how?
Well, yeah, I love that.
And that's so as a listener on here, you've got to identify your 20 unique features, programs, marketing, communication, your unique selling proposition, and frame it that way. Right. And that will help you grow. You just want to, and now the next part is marketing those 20 boxes of cereal to everywhere, because what this person might want, another person might, and you got to really expand your product offering to hit everybody, to grow.
You do. You got to expand your product offering to grow. The growth mindset. Dude,
I love that. Product offering meaning loan programs. So
yeah,
more than loan programs, right? It's your benefit.
It's more than loan programs.
Local, right? Yeah.
Nice. Cool.
So.
Awesome, brother. Well, we'll see you right here next week.
I think it's good for this week.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much for listening to The Growth Mindset with myself and Adam Crosley. We appreciate you joining in. Hopefully this was of value. Go in peace.
Thank you so much. Talk to you guys soon. Cheers.
You've been listening to The Growth Mindset, hosted by Adam Crosley and Rick Riddle. Don't forget to subscribe, leave a review, and share this episode with your colleagues. Stay tuned for more actionable insights to fuel your career success. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time. The views and opinions expressed in this podcast are personal and do not necessarily reflect the official policies, positions, or opinions of Absolute Home Mortgage Corporation or Crown Home Mortgage. The content is intended for informational and entertainment purposes only and should not be considered professional advice or an official endorsement by either organization.